You could probably get DKE.toys.
But for what?
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. Every once in a while,
Just in case.
I'll think of something and I'll buy the domain.
I do that. I own like 7 domains that are not being
Me
used.
too. I bought crackpipe.com.
Cool.
And
that's fucking amazing. Wow.
Me and my friend Gary, because it's like $8 to register it or something, and I was like, it's too good to sleep on that. And
I mean, little did we know
that
Scott was like independently wealthy, just quietly on the side from his crackpipe.com.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, I've been making millions.
Look, that's my crack pipe money. I don't touch that.
It's the retirement money.
I invest that, and I let the
401
the interest. Yeah, the 401 crack.
Hey everybody, it's Dov from DKE Toys, and we are here with our special guest Ron Reeves from Spandex Toys.
Hey, everybody!
How's it going? And our host Chris Ryder, Janky Toys, and Scott Cherry, Barbarian Rage.
Hey,
how's it going, guys?
Good. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
Nice. So Ron,
Yeah.
never had you on before. How's things?
No. Things are good, man. Thank you. I'm very honored to be on the show. I was like, wow, pick it up. Cool. Things have been going all right because of you. Thanks a lot.
Because
Dov,
of me? What did I do?
Yeah, a little bit. Well, I don't know. I mean, like I was talking to Janky earlier, and I don't know. I've had a weird path into this whole and I was watching, and Scott and everybody guys were talking about bootleg toys, and that's a fucked up name. And I use custom action figure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I make custom action figures. I don't make bootleg toys. Like this is a bootleg toy, like right here to me. Like this is the Avengers, but it's got Batman and American and Captain America and Wolverine, and this is saying it's something that it's not, but it's trying to sell it to you. So that's bootleg to me, not what I do or what any of you do. But anyway, that's my little spiel on that real quick.
So
but
you make custom action figures.
Well, yeah, and all kinds of other shit. All kinds of shit. I went to school late for graphic design, and like late, like in my 30s, that's like 36, 37. So when I went to school, it was like in 2011, I was big into like Kid Robot shit and all that. And I decided that I was making stickers of these like silhouettes. My professor called them Ronimals. And here's what I'm doing. He's a great professor. But let me show you a couple more. But yeah, here's like, I'll show you these. Here's actually the spread. So I made like those stickers, and then I actually then made all the packaging for them. And this is in 2011. I never even heard of any of you guys. I never heard of kit bashing. I'd never heard of any of that shit. But I made a whelk, and then I made a gunbird. So I just took all of those, and then I realized
what are those?
okay.
What are those made of?
Actually, this is funny. They're nickel plated. They're plastic, and then actually I silver sprayed them, and then nickel electroplated them.
Wow.
Oh wow.
I was in art school. Actually, I was talking to a Sofubi. I was talking to a Sofubi artist one time, or whoever, this cat, and he's like, "Oh, why didn't you just fucking spray them silver?" And I was like, "Art school," and he was like, "Oh."
Painting them silvers. Painting them silver is not the same. Like if you electroplate them, they have weight and they're cold to the touch.
Oh,
I mean, that's that's
not for me. I don't like the guy. He's kind of a dick, but that's why I didn't say his name. But this one,
he said, "Hey,
which Sofubi guy's an asshole?" But anyway, this is my favorite. It was an actual hamster, and he rolls, and he has a little thing. And but yeah, he did it in 2011. So that got me kind of into it. And so I like sat in my basement and fucking made a bunch of shit. Of course, just like cast, this and that, whatever. And I don't know if I'm just going on here, but in because I can't do that. But in 2015, when I turned 40, I lucked out and I went to see fucking Sucklord. I was like, hey, I'm gonna come buy some of your shit, and like my wife is like 40th birthday, New York Comic Con, here's some money, go to the fuck you want. So I was there, fucking bullshitting, doing the thing for the first time you fucking meet him, and
You went to his studio in New York?
Oh yeah, I was in his studio.
Nice.
I was just bullshitting with him, and it was during New York Comic Con, and oh my god, I'm fucking what's Miranda from Clutter's husband's name?
Josh.
Josh. I'm sitting there, and this guy Josh barrels in with these huge fucking Sucklord toys. You're like, oh my god, we got these fucking signs. You get them to fucking Comic Con, this, that, and the other. And I happen to be like, hey, hey, what's up? My name's Ron. Here's one of my toys. It's like, oh yeah, whatever, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, cool. And then like a year went by, and Miranda hit me up and was like, hey, do you want to be in Clutter? And I was like, cool, that's wow, all right, I was like an Action 6 or whatever, and I was like, wow, right on. And then so I did that, and actually I think that was the year before Dov, that you had me do a movie figure for you. I think it was, or it was just another figure that you asked me to do, and I sold out. And that kind of like I said, you're like, oh, what do I do? And that kind of like boosted my balls a little bit, and then I sold out another 10, and I was like, oh. And yeah, I don't know. You've been very influential, like for sure.
And the rest is history.
Well, not yet. We're getting there, man. We're fucking getting there. It's not history.
Sorry.
We're still at 2015.
We haven't moved into the 20s yet. Yeah.
So which was the first figure I had you do?
The first figure you had me do was
that for a show?
Yes, it was for. Oh no, I think it was just. Yeah, I think it was just an exclusive for you. I think it was either a Disco Zuckus or. God, I don't remember now. I'll have to look. I have it written down, and then because I've done 4 for you. I've done the Disco Zuckus, the Acceptable, the movie one, and. Anyway, whatever. I bet you can look.
How depressing is it that you know this better than I do, and I fucking own it?
Yeah, I don't know, because it's my shit. I'm like, I don't know. I'm looking around. I'm like, well, I think he has that one. But no. And then actually, you picked up not a bunch, but you picked up quite a few of just my pieces yourself, actually. Which is another fucking ego booster, and just some like dude that's starting out in this weird scene, like. The guy that collects everybody's shit wants to buy my shit. Whoa, right on, So,
it's one of those weird things, though. Like, it's so awesome when he buys it, but because he buys everyone's stuff, it's like, is it the if everything is terrible, then nothing is terrible idea?
Right. Like the least discerning person bought some of your stuff. Like
he buys everyone's stuff. Yeah.
Well, I do.
Actually.
I would love to have a piece of Star Wars inspired art or a custom action figure from, everybody in the scene. And because my goal ultimately is to do a book, and I want to include as many different people as possible. And I think because this just unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know, it's just how I am. I just like to include a lot of people, right? And I found that back when I was distributing stuff, a lot of times the store would just say to me offhand, like, why are you carrying this garbage? And it's like like they would look at these like plush that are made by this, someone in Mexico, and they're like, and obviously it wasn't right for their designer store, right? But that plush sold to a designer toy store in Sweden, right? They were from Venezuela, right? There was a company in Venezuela was making these handmade plush, super ornate, like handmade stuff, and it just didn't fit that sort of like museum of modern art vibe. And I just said, like, it's not for you. Like, it's fine. Like, you don't
Just
have
because
to
you don't
buy
like it doesn't mean it's not good.
Yeah. And that's one of those
and-
Dovisms that just lives in my head for free, rent free. Is there's no bad art, there's just art that's not for you.
Right. I mean, that's the Robert Williams quote. He said there's
But
good...
Dov said that to me, but it was only in defense because I said that he doesn't have any taste.
So there's what did Robert Williams say? He says there's great art, there's good art, and stuff that's not your taste. Right. So it basically, the meaning is like there's no such thing as bad art, right? I mean,
yeah, but he can be confident in doing that because he's like one of the greatest artists that's ever lived.
Godfather of a movement. Yeah, he can say whatever he wants.
I don't know.
Well, it's not for you then.
I don't know.
mean,
Best
Williams
is
impression,
very, like,
thank you.
situational. That was pretty good.
you know,
But,
it's like I would see quite often, like, if one store championed a toy and gave it space and it fit their clientele, I saw the ability of like one store to move through an entire run, you know, maybe over a year or two, but of like hundreds of pieces. And if you had 2 or 3, then you could easily sell out an edition. But sometimes it only took one store to really, you know, devote the space to it. And it just realized that, I don't know, I've just never been like the curation was not for me to do at that point, I guess is what I'm saying. The curation was for it was for me to represent the artists and get their work to market, and then let the stores decide what was right for their clientele. And I think the action figures is the same thing. Like I don't really turn anybody down. I can't think of anyone who's ever called and said, I would like to make a run for you, like, you know, exclusive for one of your shows, that I've said, absolutely not. Right. That's not how we
This
work.
fucking clown.
I mean,
I kept calling him and calling him. He's like, no.
Yeah. There are some criteria, right? You know, there's well, yeah, have some of that.
All the time, Colorado.
Fucking amazing.
So you don't even think about that shit. I'm sorry. Like,
Dude,
yeah, whatever.
It doesn't matter to us.
It doesn't.
I smoke a lot of weed. Like everybody, yeah, it's not really a secret to anybody anymore, obviously. But yeah, I smoke a lot of weed.
He's in Colorado. It's
Come
legal.
on, dude.
No judgment. I just had to call it out and make sure Janky cuts to that shot. Nice.
So what is the criteria then?
The criteria for us, I mean, you basically have to make a carded action figure, and you have to make an edition, and you have to do something that is transformative, right? So that is not you know, stepping.
It doesn't say Star Wars on it.
Exactly. So the artist has to actually have some creative input. So I guess when I say no is when someone just shows me something and says, like, here's my, you know, Stranger Things action figure. And it's like, I can't sell that.
You can't put you can't put the name of the actual thing on the thing.
I think it's more like the parameters. I think you're right with the transformative. The card backs, you've sold plenty of things that don't have card backs. So even that is like a loose. I encourage card backs because they're awesome.
They're awesome. Yes.
Yeah, but they're not. It's not what everybody in the scene does. There's a lot of really great artists that don't release carded figures, and that's totally fine. And I'm happy to sell stuff that's not carded, but I warn everyone that for us, especially when we started out selling at conventions, that it's pretty rough to put out a loose action figure on a pedestal when you're next to 100 other carded figures. Yeah. It's just rough, and it just doesn't do well unless it's big. So it's not that the answer is no. It's just sort of like a warning, like, hey, it's quite possible that no one's going to see what you're doing.
Some of the like non-traditional medium people that you've worked with, when they do go to carded, it's like they're pushing their work into a new direction. So like Lily Todd made that cat figure, you know, she hadn't done carded things before, and then she's still making clay, which is what she does, and then she came up with a card that fits it really well.
Sure.
You know, you look at the cardboard pieces, you look at you know, Carlos Ramirez and the pieces he did, like you're able to incorporate their voice, or they were able to incorporate their voice,
right,
and sort of expand on it because there was a card back to play with.
I mean, personally, I like carded action figures the best. I think that there's two layers to the art. There's the actual figure, and then you have this other space to communicate this concept. And so for me, I have plenty of non-carded figures in my collection. I will say the frustrating thing is how many like loose figures I have, and I don't know who did them because people don't sign them and they don't brand them. That just happened to me the other day. I was setting up one of these cases in my office with all my Toxic Crusader figures, and then I had this figure, and I had to, you know, Eddie in the City, he did like the little
I got a little green one right here with a little Toxic Avenger.
Yeah, so I have like the nuggets, and if you can grab that, and then he did like a popsicle, but then there was another one, I didn't know who it was. There you go, look at that. Such a good one.
Yeah, I know. I loved it. I was like, have it. I just sat on attack, guys. That's some funny shit.
What is happening over there?
Wow.
Saying some shit up early. I was like, what the?
Janky's gonna have fun with that in editing.
What I was gonna say about the whole carding thing is, personally, as a graphic designer, I kind of found my strengths kind of leaning more on my packaging than I do even sometimes my toy making. Sometimes it's the toy and the idea, but definitely I lean toward packaging.
Yeah, you know, I mean, and it is hard to find that balance, because sometimes it's 90% packaging and 10% toy, and then sometimes when you get that 50-50 where the toy and the card art comes together so well, that's the chocolate and peanut butter moment, I think. And it's hard to balance those things, because sometimes it is like, here's this piece of shit toy, and it doesn't even make sense unless you put it on the card.
Right. Sure.
Or like
I think the more cards I made have made my toys better. You know, like the more and more I've had to like, oh, okay, you know, like if I have an idea for a card and I have to make a toy, which sometimes it goes backwards like that, it's really like made me flex a little bit more in my toy skills, you know? So
and it depends how the concept starts. Sometimes most of this work is conceptual, so the card is sort of like the idea that communicates it, and like you were saying, Scott, the figure is just a small portion of it. But for some artists, making the figure is everything.
It's everything. Yeah,
it's just like the juxtaposition of this part and this part, or whatever they sculpted, and it's like, this is my sculpture, right? And then the card is just, packaging.
It's a vehicle.
I got totally right here. I'm gonna plug myself, but watch, I got exactly what you're talking about. So this right here, these are called this is the out of work stormtroopers, and they're making crack, right? And they got crack and dollar bill.
Crackpipe.com.
Okay, and I don't know if this is the 50% or if it's the packaging, So, but for me, I'm like,
but they're not out of work. They're not out of work. They're crack manufacturers.
No. It's
technically
jobs.
that's their job.
It's between jobs.
So that's just their hobby that they're
exactly. They're between jobs.
But I would say that is their job.
I drive Uber and I make crack
between jobs. With my stormtrooper helmet on.
Nice.
But, these are great.
Is that available now on your site?
It will be actually, when this shows, most probably. I just actually, this is an old card back that I found the file for, and was like, oh, holy shit! I have 2 orange suits and 2 stormtrooper fucking heads. Let's do it. Nice. So these would be everything. I have a problem. Everything I do, I can't replicate things. It was really hard. Dub was like, he was like, I need 20 of the same figure, and I was like,
I
you mean
do.
like the same figure? And I was like, oh fuck, like I can't do that. So I cheated and didn't.
But you did. But you
Yeah,
did.
They
Like
all work. They're all themed.
here's the figure
yeah,
that's on the site right now. It is an edition of 20. You
I
did
love
change
them.
each of the figures, right? The
Right,
figures
oh yeah,
do
yeah. Each one's like
vary.
a different burn. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's great. But
But I was like, I do.
but as far as my job, as far as and
Mhm.
what I have to do in order to sell something, I have to sell something called acceptable losses. Now, if this varies a little bit, right? And we say like,
Right.
hey, each one is individual, that just adds more character, but thematically it's the same. It's not
Mhm.
like you made me 20 figures that all were a different thing and a different figure.
Right.
And then, from my job, when I have to like market something, which is, go sell it, that's 20 listings of 20 individual one of a kind items, right?
See,
And
and this is my problem.
that's hard to
You
market.
see, more me. Oh, look, I'm more plugging myself. But these are this is the fucking
Oh yeah, you sent me a
clone.
photo of that. I need to
Yeah,
get one of
the
those.
Crimson Clones, the contingency mistake. Okay, and they're all blinged out. But look, like I started doing, it's hologram paper, right? With money. I got all this fake money. It's fucking reflecting. I mean, can you send some pictures, Janky?
Yeah.
But each one, okay, I made a fucking purple one with a fucking white background. I made a fucking red one with a fucking, like, it just keeps going. I can never fucking keep my backgrounds like exactly the same. Like this one's balling. Like Dov, if you're gonna get one.
That
Like
looks
this
great,
one,
actually. I like the reverse image on that's awesome.
yeah, and yeah, the dollar bills are just killing it. And like I'm actually working with
So
dude,
here's the
I got
thing that
so many ends. Y'all don't even know. Like I ordered like fucking $500,000 worth of fucking $100 bills. I've been throwing people out my car and shit. It's been hilarious. Like no, seriously. Like I've got so much fucking fake money because I'm doing a figure with a minifig with Derek Scala. I think, or Scala. I don't know if you ever pronounce his last name, but he does a little dog minifig. Oh fuck! I'm just plugging myself. Can you cut all this out? Like, I don't know, whatever. But I feel like,
no,
oh
no,
look,
this is why you're
You're
here.
supposed to.
It's
okay,
fine.
cool.
Think of all the other artists that come on the show and don't try and sell anything.
Dude, like I said, I have mental health problems, which I don't shy away from. But I'm not ADHD. I'm bipolar, and no one can really figure out why I can't fucking stop. Like, I get depressed at work, I get happy at work, blah, blah. But anyway, I talked to Vincent. I said Derek, because I have a fucking friend named Derek Skull. But Vincent Scala, haha, Scala. You're like, oh, the fuck he's talking about, haha. So he put out his little work dog minis, and I'll pop this little bitch out.
So
But
wait,
anyway,
can I ask you a question?
good.
So does the pot help the bipolar disorder?
You don't even know. You should see me, Dov, when like, oh yeah, you should
it's
see
a
me.
serious question. Janky's laughing like I'm trying to like make fun. I'm not.
No. Okay, and I'm gonna be.
You should see him without the pot.
And the Xanax.
That's what I want to know.
I'm being completely serious with you. Like I had to eat 2 milligrams of Xanax before we started this. Lots of pot. I have an anxiety disorder. That's kind of like a big part of it. So like, even though I'm like, oh, I've watched all like 10 of your fucking shows, and you guys are fucking, I still get like, and that's why I like da. So,
but
so
when
yeah, the pot helps.
Now, what about when you're creating art? Like, if you're depressed,
I go
can you
back and
create
forth.
art, or like what?
See, I do production work when I get depressed. Like, yeah, when I get down and feel more like in that, because like I'm bipolar, so I do this. So yeah, definitely I'll get up and I'll have all kinds of ideas and I'll start printing shit, and like then I'll get kind of like, oh, but I have like to fucking put like $10 million worth of fucking fake money onto $12 billion fucking worth of hologram sticker sheet. So I sit here and watch BattleBots and just like do,
Wow.
do that shit. And then like I have a stack full of shit and I get a phone and I got all this shit now I can print. So really with it, like I work from home.
So the creativity is like when you're up here, that's where the creativity is. And then when you actually have to do production and tedious work, like that's sort of like
yeah, that's when I catch up on TV shows and shit like that. Because it's hard for me to like, I don't want to say concentrate, but I get bored with
Sure.
I don't know. I just get bored easily.
It's
So,
is
but
another problem.
what you're saying is that being bipolar like really helps your art, right?
Yeah, to a
Because
degree.
like if creativity up here and like sort of like the tedious shit down here, it's like
Yep. And see, that's
it's what
the-
every artist should aspire to.
yeah.
Yep. And what it is I'm trying to with, therapy and medication is just to get that swing just a little, get it so
Sure.
it's here.
Yeah.
So it's a normal swing, because sometimes it still kind of goes like that. But I mean, I've been dealing with my mental health for like 15 years. I'm a lot better. I used to be a fucking basket case for sure. Worse
Sure.
than I am now.
Well, the fact that you figured out how to turn it into a superpower. And I have really severe ADHD, and I read this book called Driven to Distraction, and it frames it in a way that you're like, look, this is hard. This is neurodivergent. Things are more difficult for you. But because of the way you think, you're going to come up with ideas other people don't. Because of the way you work, you're going to find patterns and rhythms and stuff that people that aren't neurodivergent won't. And so this book really framed it as like, there's a hidden sort of power under there. There's something that you can use that comes from, when you have it managed. When you don't have your mental health managed, I think, that's when things are an issue. But
well, it was really weird because honestly, because I'm disabled, I'm still working through SSI or whatnot. But that was really a weird, like, oh, I'm disabled. What the, so that that really kind of fucks with your self-worth a little bit, and you're like, oh,
Sure.
shit. But then, like, my loving and caring wife was like, well, we're going to make it where everything's going to be how, just fine. And you have all the time in the world to keep doing your career, which is now your career, because you have all the time in the fucking world to sit at home and do it. I'm like, oh, okay. So, yes,
I
you're
think
absolutely right.
I think every artist listening like wishes they had like SSI.
I don't yet. Hey, I fucking wish I did too, buddy. It's a fucking uphill battle, but hey,
Yeah.
pray for me. But no, because
I mean, but the self-worth thing, that's something that you made up.
Oh yeah, and that's something you work with in therapy for sure. And something
So
like
that's
doing things like this is great, and like being asked to be in shows and in curated cons and this and that. Like over
but
the
I mean
past, like I said.
but the point is, like, you can do something about, like, if you made something up, right? You can make up the opposite, or you can do something about it, right?
No,
But
yeah, totally.
but figuring out how to get by in the world, whether it's getting SSI or however artists support themselves, I don't know, I think it's genius.
Oh yeah,
And
if
I
you can,
don't think you should feel bad about it at all.
oh, I don't, because I can't do anything else. I mean, I would love to, like, and I get agoraphobic, and that comes just from my agoraphobia just comes from always have been working from home now for like 5 years, and it's just like it's very strange. It's I don't know. It's a very weird tightrope that I walk. That's like I wake up and I'm at work. Like I drink
Right.
my coffee, I talk to my wife. She walks out the door. It's 8 o'clock. I walk down here. It's great. I have my fucking toys and my fucking TV and all that shit. But I'm at work. Like, oh,
Right.
I start cutting shit out. Which I don't mind. Which I think, which I like. Which I don't know. But it makes you a bit agoraphobic, because you get into a rhythm of doing something, and you just don't want to leave. Like, no, sorry, I got to do this because I'm in this rhythm of casting, and like I got to get this toy done, or I'm you guys know how it is. So, but on top of everything, it kind of makes me a bit agoraphobic. But at the same time, sometimes I produce some of my best work when I tell everybody to fuck off. So, I don't know. But I don't know. Sometimes a lot of my best work is shit that I hate. So I don't know. Well, not hate, but I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, okay,
That's
and this leads me into
that's a very artist thing, is that you make something that you don't like, but that's the thing that everyone else
It
likes.
sells out.
okay.
Yeah.
And listen,
That happens so often.
Mhm.
okay.
And then
And
then it's a blessing and a curse, because it'll sell, and then you're like, if I have to make one more of these fucking things,
But
Dude,
give that
you're
example
cursing me, maybe. I
all
mean,
the
maybe you're
time.
cursing me with a good thing, maybe. I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
this is a great dovetail to what I was talking about before. Ha, dovetail. Did anybody ever busted that one on you before? That's fucking great, huh? Is that good?
That's a
Wow.
new
Dovetail, I
segment
guess?
right there,
The
dovetail.
dovetail.
Bam, give me dovetail,
dude,
baby.
you don't know how much money in graphics you just cost me.
Yeah.
Can I get it spinning in? But anyway,
No
so
way. It's gonna be
I
like dovetails.
okay, let's get back to this great edit. So I'm doing this thing with Vincent Scala that I was like, okay, I'm just gonna throw this. I've been doing just like whips for him, sending them to him, and I sent him this, and he was like, oh my god, everyone has fucking flipped over this, and this is where I got into the money and doing that, and like I'll pop the minifig out because I totally like did a complete custom job on it. I did so he's got like his little skirt, his little knife.
Is that a fully
all the
sculpted head?
details. He actually gets these. Yeah, I think he gets these 3D printed.
Wow.
Actually, I bought a couple from him, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna be pushy. I'm the minifig guy, and just started making minifigs of him. And but
Did Vincent
it's kinda
Scala,
weird.
the guy, did he do that Mickey?
He did like a he did like a weird coronavirus thing. I got a little skull carved from him. He does a little dog guy. That's his like more illustrating lately.
This is Vincent Scala. I have this on my shelf right here.
Oh
Nice.
yeah, see,
Yeah,
yeah,
look at that.
he's
That's
awesome. He's
cool.
such a
Yeah.
sweet guy. I was like, I
Yeah,
hit him
really
up and he
nice
was like,
guy.
oh my god, that's so fresh. Wow. Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah. I don't know. Everyone's really been very sweet and very like most people have been very cool. I don't know. I've been like I said, kind of a grateful.
Then you've been very
to
lucky.
meet all you bastards.
Now it's time for What Did Dov Buy? Hey dude, what'd you get?
Do you want to see what I got this week? Let's see.
Yeah, man. What'd you get?
Yes.
So Gray Skull Toys in Canada had this Tatooine Vice figure that I wanted here. It's called
And it's just an Ugnaught in it?
Yes, it's called the Spice Lord. And
oh, that's funny.
so I
Gray Skull Toys. I wasn't expecting a Miami Vice Star Wars
match.
No.
He does have other stuff available, but he sent a little care package along, which I will share with you, which I was very excited about. Here's a pork chop sandwich here.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Oh,
The pork
yeah.
chop sandwich.
That's good.
Did a really nice job.
I don't see enough GI Joe.
This
Those
was
were viral before that word viral.
Yeah.
It was
Finsler
those were
films.
viral,
Finsler did them.
before YouTube even.
That's great. That John Wick.
check
piece.
this. This is the
Let's see
John Wick action
That's
playset.
awesome.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
You see the little people here. It comes with 2 figures in the
Little
car.
pigs. So they're like the little play school.
Yeah.
That's great.
And then he had a double cast called X-Ray Remains. Let's see if I can turn this around a little bit. But
He's stealing my shit.
a really cool
Man,
double cast
I wish I
there.
could double cast well.
And then here's your Masters of the Duckverse. Little,
It's Skeletor and the
and a duck with the hands. Yeah.
it's like a rubber ducky.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
funny.
that's really cute, actually.
And then he
I
sent
feel
me
bad that like when people watch this show, and I'm always squinting.
Yeah,
into the screen.
dude.
but the picture is like this big.
Yeah, it's terrible, and I can't see. So if I don't know, I'm just blind. So like I can see like far away, and I can see close up, but like right here I can't see. But then I have to like go like this, and then you sort of like look up my nose, and already like with the magnification on my glasses plus the the fisheye lensness of
Oh,
this. Just people have come up. It was Dustin's daughter. Did I ever tell you that story? She came up to me at Designer Con last year, and she's like, "You look different." I mean, like, yeah, I don't look like a fish with the two eyes on the side of my head. I don't actually look how I mean, look at my hands there, right? So this is what the screen does. It's like, okay, so, and then, so I have a bifocal, and you just go like this, and you see my nose hairs, like, it's terrible.
See, that's why I sport these.
Oh, you got the
I'm
Ben
getting old,
Franklin.
too.
There
you go. You got to. Yeah. I don't know. I can't do bifocals. I tried with my contacts. I was like, it's too much.
Another thing we got going, if anyone cares to leave us a Google review, a positive Google review, we will, and you're in the United States, we will pay for the shipping to send you a free t-shirt. We've gathered up all the t-shirts that we've had here. So all you have to do is leave us a Google review. It's any starting after the air of this show. You have to and then send us an email to dketoys@gmail.com, and I'll send you a list of what we got. We got this one from Resin Blood right here, and I'll send a list.
Such a nice guy.
With the style and the size, and then you can choose. So.
I think you should blind bag it. I think you should tell them to pick a size.
Blind bag. Pick a size.
And then they never know what they're going to get.
I just think the first person who leaves the review will get first choice. Because it's size thing. What if you get like something that's too?
That's what I'm saying. You say, okay, I'm a 2XL, and then you blind bag all the 2XLs.
I don't have that many shirts. This says you want to know a secret. I don't even know where I got this shirt. It's got a cool pattern on the back.
The secret is who made the shirt.
Yeah, right. Here's another one from Eddie, Resin Blood.
Nice. I love Eddie.
These are from Rika
So
in the UK. They say not a toy. And then some of
that should be on underwear.
Yeah. This one.
Again, that should be on
underwear.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can flip. Wow. You can do his, hers. Like
it should say that on the front and then not a toy on the back.
I think you now know what you're going to do with crackpike.com.
And then Kevin Malone from Chimera Studios.
Hey, Kevin.
Great guy.
And then, I mean, I only wear gray shirts, so people send me shirts and like they sit in a pile, so I might as well just give them away to people. I don't even know what this is.
Oh, that's cool.
It's cool though.
Yeah, Powell, Marilyn Monroe thing.
Oh, this is Lindsay Kuhn.
That's awesome.
It's cool.
I don't know what number 6 is.
How many's not many?
Wandering Planet Toys. No idea.
I like that one. What size is that one?
Yours if you want it. It is an extra large.
No.
See what I mean?
No.
See,
I do 2XL. Like,
yeah.
Couldn't even get that over my arm.
I could fit it, but I gotta stay
another Resin Blood from Eddie.
That one.
Another not a toy.
Oh, Eddie's busy.
He sent me, like, when I first met him, he sent me this crazy care package. Had like canvas in it, all these shirts. It was like, dude,
wow.
I don't know. This is just sort of a blank shirt.
There's like 1,000 stickers.
Some of my laundry.
Yeah. Some bus fare, a subway token.
Empty.
Look, a 20 spot.
Yeah. Book of matches.
Another one from Kevin Malone.
Oh, goodness.
Wow. All right. So leave a Google review.
And then what else? Oh, this one doesn't have a back, which is weird.
Whoa.
But this is from Neil Devlin. And it's
a conceptual t-shirt.
That or you just got a great fucking deal from China. I don't know.
But it's hand painted.
Wow.
Hand painted. And
Hand
the
cut.
back was used as a chamois.
It's just to wipe down the brushes.
There you go.
Contour.
Yeah,
contour.
he's like, I washed my car with half this shirt. What do I do with the rest of it?
Right.
send it to Dov.
I'll draw on it and send it to Dov. Right.
Yeah. That's art, pal. That's art.
There you go.
That's
All right.
that's a real art.
So leave us a review. Email
Neil.
me dketoys@gmail.com, and I'll send you a list.
I love Neil. I want to know what the story of the T-shirt is now.
Oh no.
We have to see. I'm gonna ask.
Leave a comment. Let us know.
The person who won the Ron English drawing, we say their name here. Please get in touch with us.
Hot Beef 55.
Hot Beef
We
55.
want to give you a prize.
A big prize.
A
silly.
$500 set of Ron English toys.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that's
I've-
right. Hot
yeah.
Beef.
Wow.
I've had people not claim free stuff too. It happens. I mean, look at the amount of unclaimed like lottery money every year, and it's always like several $1 million. And
Hey, some people like play the lottery and then before the drawing they die.
Wow, that went in way darker place than I thought it was.
That guy, I was like, wow. I was like,
It happens. It happens.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that happens to everything. Like some people like just ate a great chocolate cake and they fucking die. I don't know. That can
Fucking weird.
Hey,
Oh,
you know what? There's worse ways to go.
That's how I'm gonna go.
Chocolate cake.
You know what? If I had a nice piece of chocolate cake and died directly after, I think I would be okay with things right there.
All right.
Cheers.
So long as it was a
Yeah.
good piece. If it was dry, or that would suck.
I am not picky about sweets.
Man,
That's why I have diabetes.
Oh boy. What else? The interview we posted last Friday is Scott Wilkowski. That should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a good one.
He's such a great guy.
wow.
If you mention DKE Toys TV in the notes section when you place an order, you'll get a free Invisible Sucklord. And what else? Our next episode is going to be our reacquisition show with Dustin Benzing, Blockwatch Captain from Earth to
Wow.
Kentucky. And
Nice,
all of
nice.
that new stuff will be populated on the site.
How's
And,
the stack of reacquisitions looking this time around?
2, 4, 6, there's 10
Kill
file
me.
11 file boxes.
That good.
Wow.
That good.
11 file boxes.
Yeah. So
So
pretty-
good that Ian's about ready to jump off of a bridge.
pretty awesome haul. Indeed. All right, Ron, what's next for you?
Next for me is just more work, more stuff on the site. I just got my Etsy store going. Actually, just started popping, so I'm just putting more and more stuff up. I got more and more toys, more and more kaijus
Look at
that I've
that.
been making. Yeah, packaging. It's all about packaging for me.
that's
That one
cool.
looks really cool. I
That's
like
nice.
that one a
Thank
lot.
you.
Oh.
Yeah, but see, again, I have this problem. Okay,
Oh,
I gotta do
yeah.
a pink one with the blue packaging, and a yellow one, and a yellow one. And I'm like, I've been doing.
I
Go ahead.
don't think you should apologize for it. I think you
No,
should
I
own
think it
it.
worked.
It's great.
Okay.
You want to make hundreds of one of a kind figures? That's awesome.
That's kind of my.
I mean,
gig,
I'm afraid, and I tell this to people all the time, that the criteria to sell
Thank you.
something through DKE I don't want it to have like an undue like influence on the scene. Do you know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
like, and I'm always very careful to tell people like, this is what we need in order for DKE to sell stuff. But for
Mhm.
you, if you want to make one of a kind figures and make 1 million of them, do it.
That's It's kind of what I do.
I-
One more.
Yeah.
Look at this one.
Look,
Are you
look at
guys
that.
into Ito? This is I made it's 100% custom Tomy. If you guys know who Tomy is, if not, you should check him out.
I don't, but I
But,
like you
yeah.
melted down a Lego head to put on its head. So.
Yeah, totally. It's this horror. He's a horror manga guy from Japan. He's huge, but I'm starting to do all kinds of cutout stuff, and yeah, I don't know. I just packaging, and just I don't know,
Well,
big stuff.
It sounds like you're keeping yourself busy and sane, and I
you
think
guys
that
don't even know.
if art can do
Oh.
anything for anybody, I think
The Pimperer, baby, the Pimperer's coming. He's coming straight 5.75 silver style right there.
look at that.
Wow.
Yeah, he's yummy. And it's 3D printing. I don't know why motherfuckers aren't more into 3D
Unlimited
printing.
pimping.
Like, I don't know, like 3D printing. Like, I don't understand. Like, I have every fucking Star Wars toy and every fucking Star Wars piece to make any fucking Kit Bash toy because I have a 3D printer. I can make kit. I don't understand why more Kit Bash artists don't have 3D printers. I don't, because you can, like, dude, look, I have a pimperer that fucking big. I have a micro pimperer, I have the giant pimperer, and I have the 3.75 pimperer because I have a 3D printer. You can just fucking kill it and just, like, you know, so like when like you want to build a fucking figure that's this big.
Are the files
like
available online for all the vintage Star Wars? I mean, does someone?
Yeah. There's this guy. This guy. 3D Octopus, I think is his name. Is fantastic. But
Wow.
this is a giant Boba Fett I'm working on right now. They're like, yeah, it's, I don't know, 3D printing. That's, I don't know. I kind of wanted to get into that a little bit. It has really kind of changed the game for me in kit bashing and just in like custom action figures in general. Just because like you can fucking take. You can take fucking 3D prints of fucking fucking figures and fucking make cosmic warriors, you know? Like, 3D printing's
wild.
It's nice. Well, it saves you having to go on eBay and buying expensive vintage toys.
That you just cut
yeah, fucking
yeah.
Right. And then if you're really lazy, you just take all the pieces, you put it all together, and Nomad or whatever your 3D software of choice is, and just print it as a non-articulated figure. Boom, paint it. Boom, package it. So much easier than casting. And like I said, I mean, you can make as many as you can casting. It takes longer, but like I go, oh, it's a 3 hour print. I start it up, come down here, do other work, you know? So it's like, I don't know. I've been for like the past couple of years, especially on the resin printing, like the cleaner than the PLA has gotten cheaper. Why more people just aren't doing it, but ethics, I don't know.
I think
I don't know.
I think it's just a new thing to learn, and I think as it gets easier and more accessible, I think more people will do it.
Yeah, I actually had a 3D printer 10 years ago and never figured out how to properly use it. Like, tried, but I didn't have the time to invest into actually learn how to use it, so I sold it. So I understand this sort of, like, I don't think it's an ethics thing. I think it's there's a knowledge fence to hurdle for a lot of people.
You know, and I forget that because my wife works at a makerspace, so she fucking works with 3D printers and all kinds of shit all the time. And you're absolutely fucking right. And I most probably don't think about that a lot. And I have one because of her. So you're most probably 100% right. But if anybody ever wanted to learn how to get into it or start to, I would help anybody out because, like, I don't know. I think it's I don't know. Like I said, you can make things, if you're patient, you can make a fucking thing this big, you know, and fucking clutter. These guys made dinosaurs this big out of pieces like this big. And we're like, they were this big. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? They use the same printer as me. So
why don't we
aspects are boom.
Why don't we dovetail this into how do people get in touch with you?
People can drop me an email at Ron at Spandex Toys, or through the Etsy shop. Yeah.
What about your Instagram?
My Instagram is Spandex Toys.
Awesome.
Or at Spandex Toys. Can you spin that in? Nice little graphic.
That's way more. That's way more than I'm going to do.
All right, dude. Well, thank you so much for being with us.
Hey,
it's been a pleasure.
Thank
you. It's really
thank you
just,
very much.
you know,
yeah.
What happened?
No. What did I do? Did I do something?
I don't know. Just disappeared. I thought like, hey, thank you very much, and then I thought you just
fuck you.
Like, fuck you. Mic drop.
I'm out.
All right,
hey,
dude.
Dov and tell this, bitch.
Wow. All right, dude. Thank you again. Really appreciate it.
Hey, thank you, Janky, for sure. Fucking
right,
Scott,
dude.
man. You're a funny
Very
fucking
cool.
guy, man. It was very pleasure to meet you all.
All right,
Dov,
man.
a
We'll,
pleasure to
Pleasure to
talk to
meet
you.
you as well.
I'll
We'll
see
be
you
in-
guys
Alright.
soon. Hopefully, DesignerCon.
we'll be in touch.
Woo! Yeah, conquer that
All right.
agoraphobia with a giant convention full of sweaty toy
Yeah.
boxers.
Nice.
So, thank you. Good night. Peace on earth. Hold tight, you guys. Thank you very much.
Cool, dude. Thank you again. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye bye.
All right.
Yep.
Take care.
See you later.
Stay
Oh.
fresh, cheese bags.
He's very unsure.